Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. Remember to let her into your heart. Then you can start to make it better. Hey, this is C Square for Invisible Wires Podcast. We are here on a Wednesday, August 30th, 2023. We got the whole cast on here on Zoom. I have COVID-19, but we are still going to be a team, right?
Word.
Right, mate.
Yes.
I said, Judah.
Very
That
nice.
song came out. This is the song that song was released on this day in 19 something or other
68.
68.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's one of my favorite
Definitely
Beatles
68.
songs. I used to be in a Beatles club and in high school because that's what cool sixth graders do, I guess. And you had to know how many times they say Judy, hey Judy at the end, hey Judy at the end, or whatever. I think it was 17 times, I think. But that was one of the questions we had to answer. Yeah. I don't really know if that's right now. I just guessed that, but I am so glad to have all you guys back. It's just I miss you guys. And we had a great podcast last week with Bondo and Rabbit. It is the most unwoke podcast that we probably have ever done. It was
we were due for a good unwokeness.
It wasn't anti-Semitic, but it was Semitic.
It wasn't that bad, I don't think.
No, it was, no. I thought we had some great stuff about pronouns and things like that. Today we're gonna start off with introducing everybody again. We've got the Sandman.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I forgot where I was today and haven't prepared what national observance it is, so I apologize ahead of time.
You should just not say anything, but okay. Fine. Sandman, name 3 movies that have been made into films.
What?
Movies are films. Okay.
No shit.
Rain Man, Forrest Gump, Apocalypse Now. Next.
Name
Nailed
3 books.
Sausage Fest.
Yeah.
You're a little hot, Rabbit.
Name comic books that are
okay.
pictorial novels.
Okay, let's just say that's COVID brain.
Try it again.
Okay. Name 3 books that have been made into movies.
Any of the Jack Ryan titles. Bang.
You have to say the names of the movies.
To
Okay.
qualify.
The Hunt for Red October. Let's go. Forrest Gump was a book. And let's go with didn't Mario Puzo write the book Godfather?
He did.
Another book. Yep.
He did.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
That took way too long.
Yeah, it did. And you know what? I'm just going to introduce everybody, then we're going to do the questions because that's
I was looking forward to my 3.
you're going to get your 3.
I better get my 3. Just like my wife gets her 3. If you knows what I mean.
The old bowling ball trick. We got the Rabbit.
The gun dead, the sugar big going down, speaking.
Oh, that got me. Yeah. We have the shaman.
What's up, y'all? Good to see you and hear you and feel you.
Oh, what's that on my seat? Oh, hi. What's that called when you can move things with your
Kettle? Kettling? Kettle?
Kettling when you grab someone's balls?
Oh, I thought you were talking about something else.
Oh, I have to look up kettling here in a minute.
Kegging. Is it kegging? No, not kegging. Kegel.
Kegels?
Kegel.
Jesus.
That's it.
You just
That's vagina exercises, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you
I
can-
know, but you could do it too.
guys can do it too. You can move your wiener.
Yeah.
Try it right now. Everybody
I I move mine with my hand real fast.
you
Typically,
can move.
how I do it.
You have muscles that you can move.
Yeah.
Yeah, called biceps. Yeah.
Oh, and you have biceps wiener?
Do you guys think that if we actually took the time to
Is it not obvious what
Yeah,
I'm getting at here or something?
we still need to introduce Bondo, bro.
Thank you. A man who needs no introduction.
And a man who has a very strict giggling regimen. Bondo.
Thank you. I've been doing the Kegels this whole time.
I saw you going up and down there.
Actually, I've been thinking about ever since Rabbit sang a song. I was thinking about I know that wasn't Blink 182, but it instantly in my head it was, "Where are you?" And I'm so sad, or whatever the hell it is.
yeah, they're like British and retarded at the same time or something. Well, I miss you. Why are you?
It's like, don't give them a word with an O in it, and they'll put like a or an I. It'll be a oi, a time. All that time, all that small things.
There is something about punk bands like those snotty like pop punk bands that they sing like they're British or something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, and last but not least, our anonymous member, Business Time.
It was still on mute. So there it
Oh,
goes.
yeah. Hey, what's up?
Oh, he's here.
I wasn't responsive earlier because I tried to pull over because I'm driving and I tried to pull over to pee, and then like some guy on a horse pulled up and tried to like run me off. I was like, "Yeah, get out of here!" And then so I pulled up like a couple of miles into a parking ride and then took a piss. And luckily there was no cars there. So yeah.
He's up,
Wait
he's
a
up
minute.
in his game, man.
Wait,
He's
wait,
not
wait.
just having cereal or a
Wait a
meal
minute.
right now.
Wait a minute.
He's got a few things happening.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that you're driving, you decided to take a piss, and a man out of nowhere came on a horse and told you to get away.
I pulled over at his farm and I thought like, okay, this is just like a gravel road. And then like he pulled up on a farm and then I heard, "Come on out here." And then so I got in my car really quickly and then like backed up real quick and then like sped out and left and then went down the road a couple of miles to the pissing ride.
You were
This is while you were on the podcast.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't answering earlier.
Did you get his vote?
I feel like he's out on assignment.
we're not gonna talk about that.
Oh, okay.
He's our man on the scene. Like,
He's-
let's
he's
have him go
on-
prank a
he's
gas
on-
station or something.
Yeah, let's give him fake names to say at the like. Could you page my brother, Mike Rouch?
McCrotch, Pat McCrotch.
Okay,
So
3 questions. Bondo, name 3 singers who were born in the UK.
3 singers born in the UK.
Yeah.
I think this would be easy, and I just can't
Take-
like rattle
take
that
the
off.
D
Roger
out of your-
Daltrey.
Who?
Roger Daltrey.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Roger Waters.
It's a slam dunk.
Nice.
What?
Take the D out of your screen name.
Oh, Bono.
He's Irish. No. That is the UK. Okay, you're
Yeah,
right.
all right.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know what I was thinking, but I'm by no means a geography expert. I wasn't going to argue that.
I'm Irish boy. Just
No,
wait till
no,
I
he's
get my
right.
uniform.
I said the United Kingdom. It's fine.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nobody said Sinead.
Well,
Rest in peace.
He didn't even say
Yeah.
3.
I did. Roger
Roger
Daltrey
Daltrey.
and
Roger
Waters.
Waters.
Elton John, McCartney, Bowie. It was that easy.
Wow.
You could have just
I
shat
was-
them. You
you
could have
know,
shat
I'm
them
a-
out.
I'm a
Yeah,
bad
John Paul,
test
George
taker.
Ringo. 4.
Okay. Since we're on Zoom, I want really be mindful of talking over each other. Okay, Rabbit. Name 3 famous buildings that were built more
Bill,
more than 1,000 years ago.
1,000 years ago. The Parthenon,
Nice.
the pyramids, let's see, the
Are they still erected?
yeah, they're erected. Is the Colosseum 1,000 years old?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Okay.
The
There you go.
Parthenon, the Pantheon, all the.
I think the pyramids are older than 1,000 years, aren't they?
Well, at least
No,
1,000.
they were John J. Ukraine built them back in the year 1000 BC.
Okay, Biz, name 3 languages that are spoken in Europe.
Italian, Spanish, and got Finnish.
Okay, we could have said English, but yes, awesome, good job. These are just, I think these questions are for small children. Shaman, it's your turn. I'm just
Great.
gonna say this because it's funny.
Oh man.
Name 3 things that are made of leather.
Boots, belt, and a purse.
And a purse. You couldn't say
This
it
is
for-
like Family Feud with like more cussing.
fucking pair of boots.
We're gonna play, Steve. Sorry, that's the second week in a row I've made that joke. Okay.
We got enough of these to go around again.
Do you want to go around again?
Let's do it.
Okay. I don't, but these are
Well, let's, maybe we can cast off. Somebody think of 3 to send to the next guy, and then
somebody
so
think.
on. So
Okay, name,
Sandman, are you wearing a mask? Or is it just
It's
Oh.
lighting.
Oh.
God, he just went inside the pyramids.
it's like, what a
yeah.
Did you see King Tits? Sorry.
King Booty coming.
That was a good one. Okay.
Butenkamen.
Okay.
Tutankhamun.
Yeah, Tutankhamun almost sounds German, doesn't it? Tutankhamun.
Gutentagen.
that's my favorite type of porn.
That's Gutentagen. Next
German.
to my favorite, Steve Gutenberg. And
Okay, this might be a hard one.
what she said.
Oh God. Name 3 films that came out this year.
Who's this to?
Who would be the hardest person for it to go to? Shaman.
Yeah, that's what I was
he's not
thinking.
Damn. All right.
Who
This
doesn't
year.
watch anything. Who doesn't watch anything? It's him.
Wait.
Like
Okay.
two of the biggest
Okay.
movies are like combined. They're
I-
mean,
yeah,
basically.
I know. I don't want to use those. Those are too easy. Oppenheimer.
Yeah,
and
you might
Barbie.
as well. You're already taking too much time.
All right.
Oh,
Oppenheimer.
man.
Oppenheimer, Barbie, and hold on. Oh,
Do I need to get my fedora out?
There's
Oh wow.
the silence. It sounds like one.
That's totally made up.
The
Oh,
silence
shit.
of the rack of lambs.
All right. I'm just joking. Oppenheimer, Barbie, and wait, and the newest Fast and the Furious movie.
What's it called?
It's called Here We Go Again.
We're family. Part 10.
Here we go again. It's the worst sequel name. Here we go again. Too.
Here we go again.
What?
I'm dying.
Faster and Furiousness.
What?
The most fastest, the most enraged furiousness you could
I've never
imagine.
seen any of them.
Part 12.
Never seen any of them ever. But I do have COVID. I might put them all on and just watch all of them.
Yeah, dude. I will say this: Patience was watching one, and they
You
got
fast
him now
forward
where
through
they
half
can
of
go
it.
to outer space now. They
Where
got
do
a
you
car
go
that
from
goes
there?
they go to outer freaking fucking space, bro. You have Ludacris and
I'm going to
The-
space. I'm bringing Luda.
his dude. And they're flying in freaking
Come on,
space.
Vin Diesel, we're going to Pluto, bitch.
That's a great really impression.
So anyway, can we move on to someone else now?
Yeah.
Too much spotlight for the show.
Too much.
I saw Ludacris in a Lambo one time, and it could have been that they were filming one of those movies.
Oh, that
Highly
been
likely.
Or he just has a Lamborghini.
Yeah, he did. It was awesome. We were driving through Atlanta, and he was in a purple Lamborghini. I was like, "Whoa, that's Ludacris."
We talked. Is he the one that
That's-
saved Scott Stapp's life, or who?
Do
was
you
it?
mean? Oh,
That
sorry.
was
Okay,
I
we
wanna say
talked
that was
about this.
Timbaland, Yeah.
This is deja vu. We
There
talked
was a song
about this.
about
T.I.
that, but it's DJ Snake, purple Lamborghini.
Oh, I thought you meant about saving Scott Stapp's life.
Ti is the one that saved.
Yeah.
And you know
Scott
what?
Stapp.
It
Yeah,
is. It's racist that T.I. and Ludacris are the same person to me.
listen. We covered this. We covered this in probably my favorite episode, which was the Creed
Yes,
tribute.
it is.
Yes.
Scott Stapp's chaps.
Yes, that's a
Great
great
episode.
listen.
Yeah. That's
you've
our
not heard that-
recommendation. Yeah, if you're listening now, go back and find Scott Stapp's chaps and say that 3 times fast as well. Chaps. Scott Stapp's chaps.
It's on Spotify and all your podcast producing websites or whatever, apps or shit. Okay, I can't. My IQ is down.
You got the COVID brain?
Yeah, I thought I was smart. I thought I was breaking a fever all day yesterday, but my air conditioning wasn't working. So.
Hey, Sean,
How's the second bout of COVID? Like, is it worse than the first bout?
It was easy. I just got a fever for a little bit, and then I was at work though, like an hour and a half away, and I was around all these old people, and I was like, I better get out of here before I give all of them COVID. So I just admitted a crime. Anyway,
You're gonna go back and like, where's Phyllis? They're like, Phyllis is not here anymore.
I had a COVID or after it on Tuesday. I'm an asshole. I mean, I didn't even talk to him. I was like, "Hey, you okay? Good." I pointed at them, said, "You're okay," and left. I was like, I-
Job done.
"You're okay."
I'll
That's all I
send you my bill.
Yeah. Okay. Ready? Rabbit. I had a good one. And it's gone here. Okay. What are 3 things that you're scared of that scare you?
Man, what 3 things? Can
3.
they be animate? Can they be like animals,
It
people?
can be whatever.
Anything.
What 3 things scare me?
Things is a
Oh,
general
man.
pronoun that means anything.
Can they be scenarios? Could they
Can
be
be whatever.
scenarios?
Whatever you want.
What if your pronoun was thing?
Mine is thing.
Yeah.
My pronouns are thing, thung.
He's thing 1 and I'm thing 2.
What 3 things scare me? I don't know. I think drowning scares me a lot for some reason. I don't know. Getting decapitated, that scares me. And I don't know.
Child support.
Yeah, that definitely scares me. So that's hopefully a fear I'll never have to realize, but so
What if you got child support? I'd be afraid of that.
I should be, but
But you have a penis, so you won't be.
no, I don't have a retainer.
Uh,
That's what.
Oh,
Please support the rabbits custody
Legal
fund
fund.
at
Yeah.
Invisible Wires.
Start a GoFundMe for Rabbit.
the rabbit retainer.
Anybody got any abstract fears
I've got some.
from a
Yeah,
subject?
I mean, we've all talked about mine are needles, pickles, and rats, but
We have
Yeah.
talked about that.
I'm not really afraid of
Sound
pickles.
like 3
But I
guys
like it.
It sounds
in a
like a-
punk band. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a bad British, like one of those soliloquies or whatever. It's like needles, pickles, and rats. Needles, pickles, and rats.
A bad children's nursery rhyme about some plague or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pickles, pickles, and rats will make you clap. It's a trap. Okay.
What?
That COVID train's just going, man.
The needle-
I
keep
love
on
it.
that
I love
train.
I love the COVID brain.
This is the
bro.
Nichols, the Nichols, the needles, pickles, and rats rap. Needles, pickles, and rap, and it'll be a trap. It's a bunch of crap when you got to get inoculation in your.
The last time C Squared listened to rap music was 1988. Apparently, man, remember that cool Mo D rhyme?
Yeah.
Needles, pickles, and rats.
Old rap talked about that they were rapping because I'm
And
rapping.
it's like
rapping
it's
and
so like white boy like rapping.
yeah, yeah.
So I went out back and I went for a scratch, and then I went to that, and it's just very like not many words, very
I mean, it's,
Yeah.
it's
out.
the beginning of it, you know, like
It's hard to listen back to it. Like it's just it's
they would talk about,
antiquated.
they would be like, and the beat is a cheat, and the they would just talk about the song. They would talk about. They was very present. They were. Then it went on to, like talking great about yourself in rap, and then it went about shooting people.
Yeah,
I
good
don't
rap.
think it gets better than like Curtis Lowe.
Oh, Chuck D
Curtis-
for my money.
Yeah, Curtis. I mean, yeah, you're right. The
Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Just like I'm the king on the microphones, old Dr. J and Moses Malone. I like
Yeah.
big dunks. Take me to the hoop. My favorite play is the alley oop.
Alley-oop.
I like to give and go. I like to pick and roll. It's basketball. It's Curtis Lowe. Nope. No applause for Bondo rapping. Nope.
I just thought you had a seizure, but
Yeah, it was very close to one.
That was,
Have you guys seen the Family Guy bit about Will Smith rapping?
Yeah.
It's like he's like always like rapping polite things. And, aha! It's like stay in school and don't forget to help your mom do the chores around the house. Like
it's like if Hulk Hogan was a rapper, it's the same. It'd be the same thing. So
you remember when? Oh, listen to this. I forgot this capsule of time, but I was watching a documentary on the Macho Man, and after he retired from wrestling and was still all coked up, he put out a rap album.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys have to get in on that.
His choice, man.
I wish
yeah, I've listened to it.
I
Was the
wish we
one-
could play it on the air.
What's the
That
one
was-
that's a memorial song to somebody? It's in remembrance of one of the other wrestlers. I can't
Jesus,
remember which one.
We'd love to bring it down.
Be one of the hearts, maybe.
There was a dead wrestler he rapped.
No, just want you to know I'm here for you, brother, all the time. Or something like that. I mean, it wasn't.
Owen Hart, brother, you're sorely missed, brother.
Yeah, I mean, that's the long and the short of it.
Makes me
One
so.
day, we're all gonna see the face of our Savior in the sky. You know what I mean, Jack?
You sound like
Sandman.
a preacher, like that one preacher.
Hey, Sandman, did you know that he was drafted by the
Yeah, he didn't make it a double A.
Yeah, triple A, I think. He was like drafted by like the Orioles or someone like that.
He was in the
And,
red system for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he just decided to do all of the coke that's available on the planet. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The background on my phone for about 2 years was Macho Man sitting on a pier during the sunset. He
That's
just
good.
sitting on a pier being Macho Man. And I just thought to myself, I want to be that. Like that at peace. On a pier.
Deep
think they use
thinker.
great,
Don't
they
you
use-
know that when I'm trying to unwind, I go out to the pier? Oh yeah.
Yeah, brother.
I
I
reflect
gotta
like
go
to-
sit on the edge, dangle my feet down into the water, and then I just take in the sunset, brother. Yeah.
You, know,
You want to know of another really good, like, obscure record? And we were talking about rap, and there's rap on it too. Crispin Glover. Everybody
Really?
knows who
No
Crispin
way.
Oh,
Glover is.
yeah.
I did not
Yeah.
know this was
Wow.
George
Yes.
McFly put out a
Yes.
fucking
Yeah, look that up on Apple Music. The whole album's up there. It is the weirdest shit. You probably won't get through the first 2 or 3 songs if you're that brave.
He is
It's
the
just
weirdest person
weird.
alive.
Yeah, it's I wish I had known the name of the fucking record because even that's weird too.
Is it on Spotify?
It's
I can't-
on everything. I
I
think.
can't believe you don't have Crispin Glover's rap name on the tip of your tongue, Bondo.
Right, the big
That's-
problem. The big
Oh.
problem. Auto Manipulator is all about like it's just a bunch of masturbation rap. It is weird, just as you might imagine Crispin Glover to be.
Yeah, he's got
Hey, you!
Did he
You
get
take
kicked off
your
the
damn
Letterman one
hands
time
off
or
of
something
her.
like that?
like his
Yeah.
little. That's what makes it. The little you take that little weird, creepy. but-
you.
It was like there's a
that
episode of
again.
Letterman.
Do
He
that.
was on there,
Go ahead.
and he kind of freaked him smooth. It was like Letterman didn't know what to say. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can do all this stuff and I can kick, and it was just weird, man. And Letterman just
Yeah,
wasn't
I love
saying
that.
anything. Was just
I love that
put on.
expression. Freaked him smooth. That's good. I like that. Never heard
That
that.
sounds freaky. That sounds like I want something to happen to me.
I want to
Yeah.
I
be
want to be
freaked
freaked
smooth.
smooth.
And
Hey,
only
Brett-
Missy Elliott can do that to you.
Early '90s R&B. That's what it sounds like.
Oh man, you did a great impression of the McFly there. That's great.
Hey,
Okay.
Bondo, you take your damn hands off her.
It's
I
kind of
feel like
scary.
your McFly's
Kinda
like
shaggy.
Marty McFly.
It's more Marty. Yeah, I
Yeah,
went
it's-
Marty on that one.
Hi, I'm George McFly. I'm your density.
They still both do that little squeaky,
Yeah.
I'm going
Yeah.
through puberty thing. Ah,
Hey, Doc, we gotta go back in time, Doc. What happens? We become like assholes or something, Doc?
no, Biff, you leave her alone.
Right, Scott.
You know what's funny? It's like if you watch that, Crispin Glover's lips are so wet. Like it's so weird. Like he has lip
He
gloss.
probably does have some
Yeah.
lip gloss on.
Like
You know
it-
that's not Crispin Glover in the next 2 movies, right?
Yes, he didn't
Yeah.
didn't pay him enough.
Because he was busy making that record.
He has a song. Crispin Glover has a song called the most listened to song. It's got 104,628 listens, and it's going to be 104,629 in a minute. Is his Clowny Clown is the name
Yes.
of the song, and it's beautiful. I can't.
You know,
oh, yeah,
you know his album was so lame. They should have called it "Whack to the Future."
God.
What if I start a rap alias and I get in a rap feud with Crispin Glover and just make a whole bunch of like diss tracks?
But the fact that the song is called Clowny Clown is
I
hilarious.
just don't think I could take that kind of rejection.
See, if you would have put MC in front of it, he would have gone somewhere. MC
MC
Clowny
Glover.
Clown.
Clowny Clown. Thanks, Clown. Okay. This is a funny question. Okay, since we can't see Biz, I want you to talk about 3 things that you're wearing.
Is Biz with us?
Oh my God, horse guy killed him.
No, no.
He got should have been a cowboy.
There he is.
I'm going down a holler. Hold on.
What are you doing selling?
He is.
Did
What's
you say
going on?
what am I wearing?
No. No, I said talk about 3 things you're wearing.
That's like something that you would ask like a girl like really late at night. Like what are some things that you're wearing? Like that's kind of
I'm not going to
Like-
go to I'm not going to say to a girl, "Hey, will you talk about 3 things you're wearing?"
yeah. But just take out the 3 things and it's just like what are you wearing? And that's kind of like the creepy equivalent.
But she would say, "I'm only
The
wearing
appropriate answer would only be 2 things tops, though. I mean, if it's a good phone
only
call.
wearing 2 things."
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm only wearing one.
both, and they're both shoes.
Shaman gets it. Okay, oh no, well played there too.
I get it.
I'm only wearing one thing: a smile.
Oh,
Very well done. Like,
okay, Biz evidently has nothing on.
A thong.
Okay, you're wearing a thong. Okay. What else?
Why did Who let him on this podcast? What's happening?
A thong and a dead harpsichord. That's what it sounds like.
He's like, I'm going down a holler and I'm peeing on the road, so I thought I'd call in while you guys are recording me.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Yeah.
Come on there.
Hey, Mike, what do you think the Yankees are going to do next year with Rizzo? I'll hang up and listen.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's go to Jim from Tallahassee. Jim, you're on the air.
Hey, this is Jim. Hey, is this the rabbit? Hey,
Yeah, this is Rabbit. You're live on the air. Let's go.
oh, hey, rabbit. What are y'all talking about tonight? It's good to see y'all.
All right,
Just-
we're gonna let you go, Jim.
Go
Let's
down
go
the
on
holler.
to Jim and Newport. Jim.
Yeah, this is Jim.
All right, Jim. Thank you for the call. We're
Appreciate the call.
we're gonna.
Let's
Jim's in
see.
a coal mine somewhere. He's calling it.
The ones that call on, they still got they call into a radio show like that, and they still have their sound going through their Bluetooth earbuds.
Oh yeah.
The guys hosting hate that shit. You tell it just goes right through 'em. It's good stuff.
I'm wondering why the government has got to put fluoride in the water.
Well, thank you, Carl. Make sure you brush your
And
teeth.
then the worst thing though is when they're listening to like the radio in the background, and so you can hear it like resonate into the
Yeah,
phone,
okay.
and it just keeps repeating on live air.
The fact that you guys listen to the radio blows my mind.
It is great, man.
It was like Art Bell back in the day, man. If I had a nickel for every time he told somebody to turn the radio down, it's good stuff. But that's going back before cell phones and stuff when I listened to the radio. So that's why.
In my county where I live in Ohio, only 10% of the population listens to online podcasts or like online content. 90% of the population listens to the radio.
Really?
I listen to the radio every day. Every day.
Yeah, it depends on the
Hey.
time of day.
Maybe I don't listen to the radio.
I have it on at work, but I'm not really paying too much attention to it.
Okay,
It's just
Mondo,
one.
have you gone yet?
I did one, yeah.
Okay, how many? Okay, talk about 3 people that have influenced your life.
A high school basketball coach, my dad, and Jesus Christ.
Cheesy.
Jesus Christ.
My father is Jesus Christ.
I mean, I
Okay,
can try and lie and make it more interesting.
Okay, Brentley Christ.
Brentley Christ.
Like what would Jesus's kid be named? Like if Jesus had a kid born in 2023, what would his name be?
Sagittarian Christ.
What'd you say? Carry on?
Vegetarian. I don't know.
Vegetarian? Brentley's pretty close.
Like Tagston or something. I don't know. Like, it's always their name either ends with a Lee or a Stin.
Christly Christ.
As long as it wasn't some bro name like Keith or Chad or something.
Croston.
Yeah.
Croston Christ.
Christ. Resurrecta.
Yeah,
Pre-
Cranston.
Preamble or shit! I missed preamble. If it's not George Washington, I guess I was parable. Sorry,
That'd be a cool name for a kid.
fuck that joke up.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jesus.
Camacho
Sorry.
Mountain Dew Christ.
Mountain Dew Christ.
Crucifixton.
Hey
Christ.
Zeus,
Who crucifixed
hey
him?
Zeus, because the Mexicans are taking over this country.
He's gonna stick with the collar stick the whole time, isn't he? He's gonna stick.
Busy calling from a underground I'm an idiot. I can't say anything.
You know what's funny? He's on a payphone right now. He stopped at a gas station to call from a payphone.
When's the last time
Hold
you
on,
saw a payphone?
I got to put more
Yeah,
quarters
I
in.
was about to say.
Yeah, he
mean-
dialed 10-10-321 to get into the podcast.
Yeah.
1-800 collect.
That's a throwback if you guys know what that joke is.
That means he's in Lincoln County, West Virginia if he found a payphone. That's all I'm saying.
Turn around.
Remember that?
now.
Remember, we're so old that remember that commercial like about like advertising against call and collect, and it was like Auto Baby Pizza Boy, and that was the message that you had a baby pizza boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bob
baby,
Bob
it's
had
a
a baby.
boy.
It's a boy. Yeah.
Yeah, we Auto Baby.
I still call time and temperature.
You
329-2321.
He's still trying to call the same girl that gave him her number in high school. He's like,
Shaman.
I
What's
know,
up?
Serious.
I know that's you, Sheila. Answer the phone.
Would you like to take a collect call from California Divinity School? Please dial 1.
Wait, do you think about how useful time and temperature was when there was no cell phones or internet?
If you listen,
Oh, yeah.
at that
I still
point
know
you
the
had
number.
you had to walk to your phone because it was hanging on the wall. Why couldn't you just fucking walk outside and figure out what the temperature is? Like, oh, I'll just open the door. It's 78. Oh,
Or maybe use a thermometer, Brad.
And while you're up, change the channel. Back in those
look,
days.
any good dad worth their salt, you would have never had to look up time and temperature because they'd always have that damn microwave clock set. You know, like, I do the same thing. Every time time goes back or the power goes out, the first fucking thing I do is reset the clock on the microwave.
I still know the time and temperature number by heart. 329-2321.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever used
It was a different one here. It was 354-9876.
Oh wow. I remember the first Sports Illustrated 1-800 number.
Biz might as well be in another dimension with that time and temperature number. That's funny.
I wonder if do they have that in
Like Shaman's chair sounds like crickets when there's nothing.
yeah.
to do.
Hey Shaman, do they have time and temperature in Iran? It's like the time is 9:38. The temperature is 162 degrees. Thank you for calling.
162 degrees.
Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit? God.
Ah!
Rabbit, did you turn your gain down at all?
I did,
Time and
yes.
temperature
Sounds good.
sponsored by Hamas.
Yeah. It's like, thank you for calling. The time is 9:32. The temperature is.
Biz is wearing a thong and that's it. Going down a country road.
Wonder what his temperature is. Yeah.
So three
I
things.
don't know, but his time's at 12 o'clock, if you know what I'm saying.
So three things scare you are drowning.
Every time you call into time and temperature in Iran, it's always 9/11.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Oh,
but
the temperature
What?
the temperature can't melt steel beams.
but it was the Saudis that did all that.
Yeah.
So
It was in Iran, so that's not the joke. Really funny.
Yeah, but national sponsored terrorism is sponsored by Iran.
Okay.
yeah.
Hot there. No. Okay, we got it.
Can't we just make the racial
don't-
joke like I did? Do we have to go into the politicized part of it?
We have to be like too specific about my racial jokes. Sorry.
That's right. Because I've been inside of Iran and I've seen it. I've taken my Malamutes there and we've seen the terror.
Are you just?
I'm absolutely Jesse Ventura.
No, you gotta talk.
Governor of Minnesota.
You gotta talk with a little more of the
pretty good.
accent than you do when you're doing Jesse, because sometimes
Jesse, the anti-vaxxers are out there trying to turn your frogs gay, and
Alex, let me just start there. You see, I've encountered a lot of frogs, me being a Navy SEAL. I was a frog man myself back in the 91st Infantry. Okay. Jesus.
The battle of Ventura.
What if we've just gone radio centric this whole fucking thing? We've done nothing but imitate the radio, talk about the radio.
Because sometimes I just have the need to try and do a Jesse Ventura.
I think
That was pretty good. That was better.
I think yours is really good.
Well, thank you.
I thought you had a bandana on for a minute. If you watch his interview on with Theo Vaughn, it is it's crazy. Sandman. Name 3 things that you like about yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing. Kentucky basketball and the color blue.
Hey, Sam. Hey, Sandman. Did you listen to last week's pod yet?
No, I have not.
Okay. I'm not going to spoil the jokes then, but let's just say we did a little Sandman off, and
you weren't there, but you were there.
The first thing that came out of my mouth was UK basketball.
Well played.
It was funny.
So with these glasses and this lighting, I look like Bill Barr's kid, the attorney general.
You look like the singer from System of a Down.
Yeah, a little bit. It does look like Serge.
Really? I'll take that.
Why have you forsaken me?
Wake up!
Why'd you leave the kids up on the table?
It sounds like he's saying something.
Go and get
like,
another bagel.
Or telling his kids to go pick up the living room. Go pick up the living room.
That's what it sounds like when you're cooking something and you burn your finger on the stove. You're like, "Hey,
sounds like I need to interpret that or something." I think Sandman looks like he is a pharmaceutical rep who overcharges like the drugs or something.
I don't think usually drug reps are pretty though, man. I don't,
no, not
Yeah,
a drug rep.
no, drug
I
reps
mean
are.
like the guy who created it. You know, like the guy.
Oh, like the guy that paid off Joe Manchin, or okay.
Yeah, I could
Makes
see
sense.
Mad Scientist.
Yeah,
for
that's what I was
sure.
thinking, mad scientist.
Yeah.
I kind of see slam poet.
I could
Okay,
see
so you said-
German accent coming out.
You said
Yes, Dieter.
slam poet, yeah.
Wie geht es euch?
Welcome to Sprockets. Now we will dance.
You said the color blue is not something about you, so that doesn't count, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I bleed blue. I got a tattoo.
You
that's
like
blue.
UK, that doesn't mean it's not something about you. And then you said nothing, and you need to say something about yourself. Good.
What I like about myself? I said nothing. That's it's a pertinent negative.
What about your intelligence? Do you like your intelligence?
No.
Why? You're
You should, man.
Person on here.
Sandman, are you thinking about hurting yourself?
All the time.
I'm a mandated reporter. I got to start asking you a couple questions.
You don't bleed
this
blue.
flame.
You don't bleed blue. You don't bleed blue if you cut yourself. You know, it doesn't work.
I like a little
Hey,
upstairs.
C Square, I got a question for you.
Okay, nobody's asking me questions.
This is such an awesome segment. What were your favorite 3 questions you asked us? This is amazing.
I think my favorite one is listen, you can't talk bad about the podcast on the podcast. Troll the podcast on the podcast.
No, I'm really enjoying this.
My favorite question was asking you about the movies. That was my favorite.
That was pretty good.
That
was pretty good.
And my second favorite question was probably the for UK singers because I thought it was funny. But This is so stupid. In my third quick question, least favorite question is the one you just asked me.
Hey, Shaman.
Hey, what are the 3 things about Shaman that get on your fucking nerves?
Hey, Shaman.
Oh, I got it. They're here. Number one of them is this, and he sends me this on text. I'm like, man, you're a great friend. I love you.
Yeah.
He sends
How
me.
old are you? Thumbs up.
Hey, Shaman.
Oh, dude, that's not true, man.
Shaman, name your 3 favorite terrorist attacks.
Oh, wow.
One would be
Favorite. You can't.
of all time, the Christian Crusades.
Wow, well played.
Oh, that's a big one.
The Huguenots are
That counts as
Christians we
three.
talking
That's
about?
hilarious. That was an incredibly amazing joke.
That counts as three. It counts as 7. Oh God!
What's your 3 least favorite embassies?
When Israel took over in 1948.
or the one they just moved, right?
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was the best one. I think the Crusades are like one of the most interesting times in history. It's just like the Manifest Destiny is like you got people out of their seats, you know. Let's leave.
A lot of movers and shakers.
Movers and shakers, like we're gonna go down here and like, that's how passionate people are about Jesus. These evangelicals think they're great sitting on a corner. These people went to another country and invaded it and took over for Jesus. Where's that kind of zeal now? That's what I want.
Oh, let's not invoke that.
People are just preaching on TV and stuff. These people gathered an army and traveled 1,000 miles.
You sound like you're like, they gathered an army. We can't even invite our neighbors to church, ladies and gentlemen. Look what they did.
Somewhere in between Sunday and a halftime speech in the locker room.
That's what's funny about church is that people like they think by inviting you to church that's them like ministering to you. Why don't you come down to our church? We have it's afterwards and
we have coffee and
they're
donuts.
told to do that. I was actually thinking about that this week because I've got an elderly neighbor years ago. She asked me to come to their church and I said, well, I really appreciate the invite, but I don't know if we'll make it. She said, well, do you belong to a church? And I was like, well, it's been a minute since I went. And she said, well, are you Christian? I said, yeah. And she said, well, do you think I would be less of a Christian if I didn't invite you? And I was like, not really. It's like, but that was,
No.
and to her thinking that was what she's supposed to do is invite her neighbors. And if she doesn't invite her neighbors, then that's not the Christian thing to do. And I think that's sad, man. Like,
yeah, right.
I think
it's a gift, and you're putting
like if I'm going to come to your church, I'm already your friend. You already care about me. You already have invested in me, right? It's not, hey, I barely know you.
Right.
Come to church. I mean, that's like a half-ass way to do it. If you're going to do it, like why not care about me and come?
We know how C Square used to do it. He would show up at bars and wait till people are walking outside and invite them over to their house, to your house.
Yeah,
we used to. Yeah,
that was great.
To me, getting people in the church is more of a pastor or preacher's burden. Like it shouldn't be on the congregation. Like that's the pastor passing that on to their congregation.
How about just this?
Get more people in seats.
How about just create an environment where people want to be, and you don't have to invite them; they'll just show up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no doubt.
As I probably proselytized less than anyone here, which is weird because you think that I would be that person, but I'm not. Like I can't think of a single time. But anyway, I've had a lot of conversations with Jews, with Jewish people.
The way you said Jews was not.
Well, you know what? He didn't say.
His voice went down.
He didn't put the in front of it, so it's okay.
No. I love Jews. I love Jews. But I'm saying
I love the Jews.
Such an interesting thing about Jews.
Do you put cheese on them before you cook them?
I've been
So,
I've been in interviews with Jews, and they'll be like, "Are you going? Is the purpose of what you're doing to proselytize?" And I'm like, "No." Um, it's like they're very concerned about it, but at the end of the day, like, if you're strong in your faith, why are you so worried about it? Number one, and then secondly, they take it very offensively when someone says like, "Okay, I think you need to accept Christ. You might be going to hell." And it's like, so I asked for the first time, this week, a Jewish guy was complaining to me. He was like, so he's like, some
Wait,
Christian,
hold on a second. A Jewish
Yeah.
guy was complaining?
Yeah.
Whoa!
he's like, so, so why is it that, Christians are always trying to, convert people? And I was like, well, I think it's out of a kindness of love. Like it comes from a good place. Like if you think that someone's gonna, spend eternal hellfire, aren't you going to tell them that, they need to hear the word? And they're like, well, it's offensive because so many of us died in the Holocaust. And I was like, that doesn't have anything to do with that, but way to bring up the Holocaust again.
Mm-hmm.
The Holocaust has nothing to do with it. That's
Well, they're like, well, we
I'm
we
thinking
burned
it's-
in the Holocaust, so it's
Jews had
offensive
a-
that you're saying that
the Jews have
that
had a
we're gonna
rough-
burn eternally. It's just like, why are you always so like? I've never proselytized in my life,
Yeah,
but
come
also
on.
like,
that dude didn't burn in the Holocaust. I mean, he's not even. I mean, he has
Okay, yeah.
relatives.
That was 90 years ago. Let it go, people.
I
I mean, if you look at the
just,
Jewish people, they've had a rough go. I mean, they've been exiled from every single place they've ever been.
Well, even this last couple of years, being anti-Semitic has been like a problem in so many areas around the country.
Yeah, we're
So-
all on one podcast, apparently.
Yeah, right.
I mean, but it's just like anybody who is any group. Like, are you going to focus on how much people hate you, or are you going to just going to love others? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you look at the Jewish people, they're probably the most resilient people there are. If you look at throughout the ages, I mean, they've been exiled. They've been. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like Jesus was the only person crucified. You know what I mean? Like, they crucified Jews all the time. I mean, it's the Jews have gone through some bad shit, but it has nothing to do with Jesus. Like, Jesus was a Jew. I think they're just afraid, like, that. I mean, if you look at it, it's like we Christians or whatever. I mean, I'm definitely a Christian, I guess, but whatever.
Mhm.
I believe the New Testament is just as cool as the Old Testament. But the thing about the New Testament is that it says spread the good news a lot. That's why people do it. It says it a lot more. Now, I mean, of course, there's lots of prophets in the Old Testament that are saying the word of God and all this, but there was like a real message in the New Testament to tell people the good news. Hey, everybody's in. Everybody's now.
That's not equivalent to inviting someone to your church, though.
No, that's what we're saying. Like,
Because
love other people is not invite me to your stupid.
like we grew up, I'll speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure a couple of you guys did too, where like if you went to another church, you were judged. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even within the same denomination and the same, like, if you left this Church of God to go to that Church of God, or this First Baptist Church to go to that First Baptist Church, you were judged. It's like, oh, why would you leave? Like, God is here. He's involved in what we're doing because we're here. Why are you leaving? You know what I mean? And they're saying the same exact thing to the other church.
Well, it was
It's
also like based on communities. Like, churches were communities back in the day. Like, that's what the whole community was based upon. I mean, like, I'm sure Ashland at one time had one church. I'm sure Wurtland had a church. I'm sure that Flatwoods had a church, and that's probably how those towns were, formed. It was that was the community. That was where you met people. That's where it was the hub of a lot of things. And then it split up into Baptist and blah 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 blah, and which is crazy because the last thing Jesus said and when he prayed to his Father was like, God, I pray, Father, I pray that they'll be one as we're one. And like because they knew the first thing that happened. These people are going to really focus on baptism. These people are going to focus on there's not a Trinity. These people don't. There's no Trinity. Blah blah blah. Blah. I mean, anyway, but it's just crazy that people, especially older people, like you go to my church, and they think that, okay, I'll get you to my church, I'll lure you there, and then the preacher's going to say a sermon, and then you're going to cry, oh my gosh, my life's blah blah blah, and then you go up and they play the music and they emotionally get you and tell you, and then you go up and then they get on their Christian savior, like salvation gun or something. You know,
isn't that so unique though about Christianity? Because like, what other religion does that? You know, like like if you go into a church right now, like you're going to be led to the salvation path on the same day, no matter who you are or what you're doing when you walk into the church. But then, like, say you want to walk into a synagogue, you know, or a mosque, you know, and they're like, okay, I'm here. Like, okay, well, you're gonna need to cut off the foreskin of your penis, and like, you know, you might, like, you're not really proselytized at all. It's like, okay, here's the steps you need to take. Like, if you keep showing up after, like, you know, this amount of time, then maybe we'll accept you, or, you know, it's like that's so that I think that's why Christianity is flourishing so much, is because it is such an accepting religion. And we don't really think about that because, you know, that's the only thing that we've ever been exposed to, but there's actually no other religion like it on earth.
A lot harder to get into being a Muslim. It's a lot hard, you know, it's a lot harder to get in to being Jewish. You know, it's hard. Like, you just go to the service and you're like, oh,
those fucking Mormons, though, by God, they'll knock on your door.
They are probably
like, who's
the most they're the most aggressive.
Who's a Jew? Who's a new Jew convert that you can think of? Like, what's his name? Sammy Davis. Like that's about it. Like,
Rod Crew.
Madonna.
Madonna, yeah.
Let's think about the Hanukkah song.
Roseanne Barr.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise isn't, but his agent is.
Yeah.
Famous Muslim converts like Malcolm X, or like who, I don't know.
Well,
like
yeah,
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Well, Nation of Islam and Islam are two different things.
Ahmad Rashad.
And that's the thing about
Mahmoud Abdul Rauf.
What is it?
Oh, good one.
What is it, Shaman?
Chris Jackson.
Nice pull.
Shaman.
That Tate guy, he became a Islamic guy.
Andrew Tate or whatever.
Yeah. So he's reading the Quran or something, or the Quran. Sorry.
The Quran. Okay.
The Kalam is an argument for the the Kalam argument is a Middle Eastern argument for the existence of God, and I got it confused.
I've been deep in the Crayola lately.
So there I was, surrounded by a whole Quran.
I'm gonna kind of, I'll say this. Here's the thing about God. And I know some people on this podcast aren't really believers in God, but whatever. Like, we can all agree that we should love people, right? Does anybody here think we shouldn't love people? I mean, nobody.
There are people that don't believe in God here.
Yeah, there is, but I'm not going to point them out. Anyway, like, the thing about it's really what you could say you believe in God all day long, but if it doesn't affect your character as a person, then do you really believe? I don't think so. If it doesn't affect how you treat other people, how you treat yourself, how you carry yourself in this world, and it doesn't help you. If you're okay, if I see you ever see these Christian ladies and they're all scared of everything. Well, do you even believe in God if you're scared of everything? You know what I mean? If you have faith, it takes works. Works isn't like going to preach to people and all that shit. Works is like, it works in your life as a tenet and as a thing you pivot off of.
That's such a pastor thing to say.
Right.
Like,
but it's true.
I don't know. I think you could believe in the existence of God even if you were evil. I don't know. People can do some crazy mental gymnastics to believe whatever MO they want to serve. I'm
talking about, like, you can believe something, I guess, and then not follow it. That's true.
Well, what if you think God's telling you to kill people, or you know what I mean? There's people that think that. They don't think
but that's an illogical argument that's easily defeated. I mean, if God
not
is
to that person,
then they're just
talking about crazy people.
Tell that to
Well,
the
yeah.
tell that to the people on the other side of the
It's-
Crusades.
Yeah.
Well, we can all say that
Well-
they didn't really get what was going on.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with God's own nature, though. I mean, people are imperfect and they can misinterpret, but that's not to say what God's own. If there is a God, then we must assume that this God is perfect, because the word God entails perfection. If there was evil in the God, evil is a suggestion of something lacking, like darkness is the absence of
Why
light.
would a god have a devil then?
Well, he could create anything that he wants, and with his intentions still not being considered evil.
Mhm.
You know,
That's
given
a
us
damn
free
good
will.
answer.
Well, given us free will, all his creatures, if there is such a thing, is the only way to freely make your own decisions and freely choose who you would want to serve or who you want to be in a relationship with. And free will is the only way to truly love somebody. I mean, you're freely with your wife because you weren't forced to be, you freely chose to be.
Right.
But you had every right to be evil too. But
yeah,
you
but now I don't
chose.
have a choice.
But the point is, if there is a God, the God in itself is what would have to be a perfect being. In a perfect being, there would be nothing dark, there would be nothing lacking in this being, or he wouldn't be perfect. So to say that God could be evil is something that's just an illogical argument that can be debated very easily.
Not saying that God's evil. I'm saying that I could be an evil person and still believe in God.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's true. Absolutely. Yeah.
You can believe
for
these.
sure.
Okay, so how about this? If you're following God and claim to follow God and believe in God, right? Then you have to believe that God is love. Well, God, like if you look at love, okay, imagine you treat people with love. What do you usually like, you get off pretty good, right?
Mhm.
You're not don't have enemies, people aren't coming to kill you. It turns out there's the fruits of that. If you're an asshole to everyone in your life and you're evil to them, what happens? Yeah, you might get rich.
What I'm getting to is there's
right.
psychopaths out there that can play both sides of that. They can play that nice godly side with very, you know what I mean? It's a fine line. There's a lot of gray areas.
I mean, there's a difference between love and no love.
And no love.
There's a difference.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like if there's actually this is during I guess I forget what church it was, but during the World War II there was this quote, this epoch I guess, about if one person fights and the other person doesn't want to fight, there's no fight. And so if we choose not to fight and to meet hate with hate, there's no fight. We just love people regardless. Like I've had enemies in my life and I have gone against them and hated them just as much as they hated me, and it never turned out good or went well. And as soon as I started to try to love them, it was like a different story. Like it negated their hate because there was no more fuel for the fire. And I think
I see that.
really what it's trying to be is like it takes two people to have a war. And it's the dividing factor is selfishness and integrity and all the things that love is made up of. But anyway, we're getting into it. But I guess my point is like if you say you're a Christian, you're going to church, don't invite me to church and get me to know get to know me as a person. You know, not going to go anyway. So don't I've been to too many churches, but
well, is it a good deed if your whole intention behind getting to know someone is just to invite them to church?
No.
Right. I think it's just twisted that right off the bat to be the thought that you need to invite people here so that we can further along the ministry, get you into heaven, get me into heaven. Yeah. Actually, it's just get someone in the seat that can tithe.
Yeah, because our Jesus needs the money.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if Rabbit asked me to go to church with him, I would probably go. You know, because I trust him and I know him. You know, and
well,
like
it's a fact that the church needs money. You know, it needs money.
But I'm saying,
to keep going.
I have a relationship with a person. I would want to go so I see them. You know what I mean? I see.
Right.
Like, I would want to be around people that
the fellowship aspect. That to me, that's just a selling point of church. That's another reason to get me in there.
But if
This
If
is
all-
more fellowship than any fellowship I'll have at church.
this is our church. If we all met at a building and talked about shit and got stuff on our chest and
Well,
talked about
the church is the body.
This is the dumbest church in the history
It
of.
is.
it loses money every month.
We
It
would
does.
start arguing. If there was a building for the Invisible Wires podcast, we'd start arguing.
Listen,
Building would fuck it up.
let's have a split. I'm gonna go start another podcast called the First Invisible Wires. And
Visible strings.
And we're gonna
Mother.
we're gonna talk about how wrong C Square's podcast is.
Yeah,
And
because they subscribe to the Southern Invisible Wires Convention. Yeah.
Mary, our mother of wires.
That's exactly how it would go. I mean, Bondo's already done.
You know,
Bondo's already done this. He has his podcast,
It was a revived
In-
podcast.
the Egg Timer Hour. It's a sister church of ours. Go watch it.
Sister church. He just big dicked me there.
Yeah.
I'm on the big dick podcast tonight, y'all.
Little
He's got the
sister,
bigger-
don't you? Little sister, don't you?
That is the thing that churches do. If they're a sister church of
They're
ours,
sister church. They're
we-
not as big as this church, but they're just as important.
they don't have as many episodes. The production quality is way higher, but it's actually video. You can see them and everything.
But they're not worth looking at.
They probably lose way more money than this podcast.
Not yet, but they're about to.
They're going to. Yeah, but go watch it. Go watch. I'm on that one. Sandman's on that one. Go watch Egg Timer Hour. The rest of you guys are invited to Egg Timer Hour. It's kind of an exclusive.
Wait, you guys are on another podcast? Oh.
We're on
I remember-
another
I remember when
podcast
I
that
had-
has one listener a week.
I remember when I had the Mind Rides podcast. Shaman texted me, "Hey, you got another podcast going on?" What's good?" I'm all about talking to anybody and recording it, but which my coworkers don't like that recording. I'm just joking. Listen, you guys, it's been great hanging tonight, and next time I'll try to have less lame questions. But
Did you get some relief from the COVID brain tonight? Do you feel a little better?
I do. We do need to say rest in peace to Bob Barker.
Yeah.
He was awesome. I
99.
mean, if I could live a life, I would want to live Bob Barker's life. Come on,
All the way to
Spain.
$1 without going over.
Spay and neuter your pets.
and new to your pet.
Yeah.
Don't make it bad. Okay.
Hmm.
Love or no love. It is your choice. Thank you for listening to the Invisible Wires podcast. You can email us at invisiblewirespodcast@gmail.com. You can interface with us on Instagram at invisible_wires. We appreciate you listening, and we hope you have a great week.